Well, hi guys, it's me, Alex, your instructor and founder of Dispatch Training Center. And of course, today we're going to be talking about trucking and upcoming trainings. I did not schedule this ahead of the time, so hopefully you guys going to be rewatching and we might see few viewers. But the good thing that every live I do is staying on our playlist, and today we're gonna be talking about upcoming classes for IFTA, safety compliance, as well as upcoming June training. And we're gonna start with overview what's going on in market today. I will be back in a second, and hopefully you guys can ask some questions, and I would gladly answer for my previous students, for my current students, and hopefully for my future students and anybody who've been supporting, watching, liking, sharing, following us, and actually trying to support our mission to change trucking for the better. I will be right back. Well, and I am back, and we're going to start with what's going on with the market. What are we getting paid as a national average for dry van? So, right now, you guys can see the map for our USA rate per mile for dry goods, dry freight. So, when we are talking about dry freight, we're talking about dry vans. And usually, when we go in OTR, over the road, we are talking about 53 foot dry van, and we going to 9 different zones, actually 10, because the zone starts from Z0 to Z9. The pro dispatchers know that, the new dispatchers are learning that, and hopefully you know how to read the data. So this is our national dry van rates right now per mile. Remember, this is loaded miles, not total miles. Because if we are talking about actually be efficient, a pro dispatcher always includes empty and loaded miles. So if you would calculate, your rate actually would go a little bit down. So on average, we are still talking about $2 per mile minus your dead miles. So probably all of you are driving right now for $1.95, $1.98. If you still guys managing to do $2.10, $2.15, or $2.20 per mile with all included rates, you are doing a great job. But the reality sucks. Actually, let's check on our flatbed. So, what's going on with the flatbed? Well, the flatbeds are actually coming up a little bit. And why? Because it's a seasonal changes, right? We are actually fixing the roads. We are building more houses because the spring is here. Hopefully, we're not going to see any snow, but weather is unpredictable. We might even have the snow still in Wyoming, Colorado, Montana, maybe some parts of Idaho, but hopefully, we are done with winter. So that's why we are seeing that the market for flatbed, step decks, Conestoga is higher than for dry van, and we are averaging around 250 unloaded miles for the whole USA market. Let's check what's going on with reefers. So here are the trend lines for April, and we are talking for April. Today is April 19th, and that's what we are seeing nowadays. So approximately, if we average out, it would be 230 per mile loaded miles. So this is what's going on with market. You can also go and look at the ratio. So if you are using these tools on the DT1, you can see the trends and you can actually look at the numbers just by looking at the numbers. But I like that visual picture because it helps, especially the new dispatchers, to understand. But if we are compare, let's say if we are take the spot rates for dry van and we compare them with March of 2024 versus the February 2024, we went down almost another 3%. And if we compare it to the previous year, the same rates for the same last week of April in 2023, we are actually almost 8% less for the dry van. Let's look for the flatbed. For the flatbed, we are minus 8%, so we are down 8%. And for the reefers, we are down 6% compared to last year. And this is reality of the market today. Well, let's see what else is going on in trucking. We do receive a lots and lots of emails and inquiries asking about upcoming trainings. That's why actually I went live today without preparing for this, because we are going to talk about our upcoming schedule. So there is no preparation needed to do this. We are now in our April dispatch training. Actually, tomorrow we are having our fourth class, and students are doing a great job. I love all my students. I love dedication. And actually, people who are signing up now, they already been watching me for some of them for 2 years, 2.5 years. So they know what they are signing up for. They know that they need to study. They know that they need to actually put an effort. Our classes are long, they are interactive, they are actually not that easy because it's a lot of information. But I never told you it's going to be an easy class. Logistics is a very unique industry. You need to put a lot of dots together, and knowledge is the key to succeed, especially when market is low. You need to know your terminology, you need to know your principles, you need to know how to solve the problems, and you need to know how to negotiate. And it does take time. So if you are planning to sign up for our upcoming June class, so let's go back to the schedule. Our upcoming June class, first, I advise some of you to already start enrolling because you need to get ready for my class. You're receiving lots of information prior to the class, and that makes a difference. I see, let's say in this class, we have 20 something students, and I see people who sign up early, people who actually put time in prior to the class. I can see in the class when we go over the terminology, when we actually covering any topics, it's way easier on me and it's easier on them. So please understand that this is something you will have to do prior to just waiting for that June 1st, right? At least 2 weeks, at least 3 weeks. If you can sign up already, then do so. If you want to split the payment and maybe pay half now and half before the class, we can even do that. I just want you to start studying. So our class is starting on June 1st. We have the schedule. Our classes, each class is approximately 4.5 hours. You will need to have Zoom. You will need to have internet. You will need to make sure that you have a quiet room. You need to make sure you have a notebook and, of course, a great positive attitude, right? We're not in kindergarten, so I'm not here sitting and trying to please everybody's egos and trying to babysit. I'm here to teach. I'm here to give you lots of knowledge, and it's not that easy to do live. It's way easy if I would just pre-record and you guys watch on your own. But believe me, the difference is huge because you can ask the question, we can go over the same topic few times, and I can see Did everybody got the concept? Did you understand what we are talking about? So pre-recorded classes are great. It's easier for any instructor. It's way productive, and it's actually, you do it once and you're done. But we are here to change trucking for the better. That's why we are different. That's why we're unique. And that's why we making sure that our students becoming a pro dispatchers and not a desperate dispatchers, right? So one more time, our class is starting on June 1st for June class. So let's talk about our trucking, compliance, and safety class. If you are really serious, you should probably sign up for the combo. And combo actually includes as well IFTA as well. And if you do sign up for this class, you automatically saving $250 if you are using this. If you only want safety and compliance, then you can use this class with the same times. It starts, it just does not have IFTA, and you can use code April Safety 100 to save actually $100. For people who only looking to learn how to file IFTA, then you can sign up for our upcoming class on Sunday. It's $399, but of course, I do believe that we have also the promo code, and promo code is April IFTA 100. So you can actually sign up and save $100. For all our previous students, please make sure you contact me and we can send you invoice and give you even a little greater discount, because we appreciate you guys coming back and learning with us. What else is going on in trucking? Well, a lots of scams, a lots of double brokering, and a lots of people trying to sell you DAT1, truck stop, and other load boards on the Facebook marketplace. Please, guys, remember that those are scams, scams, and scams. Please do not send money to overseas. Nobody's gonna give you that access. DAT actually, due to prevention of fraud, the restrictions are getting kind of harsher and harsher. But I am okay with that, because we do need to get rid of double brokering. We do need to make sure that dispatchers actually do what they supposed to do, and they supposed to represent the carriers on behalf of the carriers. So dear dispatchers, please do not pretend that you the ones who are in charge of all of these uh, processes, right? You are working on behalf of carrier, and your job is to find the loads. Your job is to do setups with brokers. Your job is to be in charge of the transit, maybe solve problems if something occurs between your pickup and drop off. This is your duties, but you are working on behalf of carriers. You cannot go directly to shippers and receivers. You cannot go find dedicated lanes on your behalf. If you want to do that, please go ahead. Open MC as a broker, get your surety bond BOC3, and then you can talk about going directly to shippers, finding the lanes, talking to the customers. The only way you can do that if you will have authority for brokerage. This is not hard. If you have knowledge, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, do not misrepresent what dispatchers are doing every day. And what we are doing, we're looking for loads, we're making sure that we updating brokers, we dispatching our drivers, we doing the paperwork, sometimes we do invoicing if we work for the smaller carrier. We have a lots and lots of things we have to do. We need to watch the market, we need to make sure that we stay up to all the trade lines, we understand how to read all of this, we need to know how to use all these tools. What does it mean? All of this, for example, right now you are seeing DAT1. What is a quick rate lookup? What can you do in your help center? What is the market conditions, right? So what's going on? For example, what's going on? Today is Friday. Well, what's going on? For example, we're inbound or outbound. I don't know which city we're gonna put. Let's put Chicago, since I'm in Chicagoland, right? So let's put Chicago, Illinois. Let's see for drive-in. Are we looking for inbound or outbound? So outbound, this is a loads which going out of Chicago. So let's see day before, so for tomorrow, for today, right? So what we can see that for today, well, the market conditions is minus 30, slightly loose. So what does it mean slightly loose? Well, slightly loose means that we had 3,299 trucks and we only had 2,272 loads. Look at this, load to truck ratio is 0.7. So if you are new to dispatching, if you are new to trucking, that means as a dispatcher, you'd better wake up early, you'd better find a load, you'd better contact your brokers who you've been working with, because we had way more trucks than we had loads in Chicago. So that was for outbound, going out of Chicago. What was going on with inbound? So let's see. Well, we have very loose. Coming back to Chicago was even harder as well, right? So inbound Chicago for today was kind of 0.7. Why? Let's think. How many drivers live in Chicagoland who wants to come back? Who wants to see their kids? Their Eastern European wife said, if you are not gonna be back on Friday night or Saturday, that's it. I am divorcing you. That's why the dispatcher tried to find the loads back to Chicago through Chicago, so that poor guy is still married and not getting through divorce, right? So this is something which we call the market conditions. And of course, you can go through different areas. So let's add it back. Let's change, for example, to reefers. Our reefers are looking better. Incoming. Wow, 0.6, very loose market. Look, 1,000 trucks wanted to come back to Chicago. Reefer trucks, they wanted to go towards Chicago today, and only was 591 loads posted. Let's look at outbound. Drivers who were looking for the loads to get out from Chicago, maybe load today, go home, and then deliver on Monday, right? Leaving on Sunday. So it was not that good as well. Let's look about flatbeds. Is flatbeds outbound was better in Chicago today? Well, not really. 627 trucks were looking for outbound, and it was only 915 loads. But it is a little bit better than drive-in and reefer. And let's see, inbound and inbound was kind of the same. Let's switch. Let's go to the middle of the country. I don't know, what should we put? Let's put Memphis, Tennessee. So let's see. What is Memphis, Tennessee? Let's start again with drive-in. So what was going on? Wow, Memphis market was doing better. Look at this. It was not that many trucks there, and it was 2,700 loads there. So if you are dispatcher, that's maybe where you wanted to deliver today, so you had a good reload. Well, it was inbound. What about outbound? Very tight. Look at this. Again, they did not have enough trucks, and that's what you guys need to do if you're gonna be a dispatcher. What about reefers? Well, reefers were doing better in Memphis, Tennessee as well. For outbound, let's check inbound, and for inbound as well. Well, because look at this, compared to trucks in Chicago. In Chicago, we're showing 2,300 trucks, and there we are only showing 174 loads, kind of the same, 600. So that's why when you look at this number, 3.5, also look how many loads and trucks are there. So if you really think about all of this, Our market is not doing well anywhere. But look at this. Flatbeds for inbound is very, very, very good for flatbeds. Look, the only 100 trucks wanted to go to Memphis, and look how many loads brokers were trying to cover today. 3,500. So if you were dispatching today and you had flatbed or Conestoga or step deck and you were somewhere outside of Memphis, loads to Memphis were paying. Why? Well, Memphis is known for a lot of manufacturing, production, right? And it's in the middle of the country, so that's what it's showing. So this is one of the tools, right? What else you can do? You can do the trad lines, lane makers, rate review, and quick rate search. Of course, we're not really talking about this right now, but that's what we do in the classes. So let's go back. If the filing permits training, what are we going to be covering in that training? First, we're going to be learning what is IFTA, right? Why carriers have to have IFTA. You will find out if intrastate carrier has to have IFTA or only interstate. How to open trucking permits, and we're talking about 5 states: Connecticut, we're talking about New York, we're talking about Kentucky, we're talking about New Mexico and Oregon, of course. We are talking about renewing IFTA license, first applying for IFTA license when you start your business, renewing IFTA license in the end of the year, ordering the decals for your trucks. Look at this, something like this I have in front. This is the decal which I did not use for one of the trucks in 2021, but I still to have to keep this for another 4 years, even if I did not use. So what are we going to be covering? All the paperwork you need for audits. If the audits are not easy to pass, you need to make sure you retain certain documentation, such as fuel receipts, BOLs. You need to make sure you have your registry decal for every truck for every year, and we're keeping that for 4 years and 6 months. You need to make sure you know how to file quarterly IFTA in your jurisdictional state, the state where you register as a carrier, and then in other states if you do have permits. Again, Connecticut, New York, Kentucky, New Mexico, and Oregon. For New York, you need to know how to get that hot sticker that you have to put on your truck, right? You need to make sure, what if you're not really opening that annual account in New Mexico and Oregon? Can you get just the temporary permits, and what paperwork is needed to be on file? It's a lot and a lot of things that we got covering in that class. Believe it or not, with our promo of $100 for $299, within 4 hours, you're gonna learn a lot, and finally, you're gonna be able to save on your IFTA filings and permits. Especially in this market, you need to learn how to do certain things by yourself. If you have a husband on the road and you the wife, well, maybe it's time for you to learn how to do this so you can save. There is no need to pay the third parties for filing your IFTA, renewing your IFTA, opening that permits, as well as even opening MC or USDOT or UCR or 2290 in August. All of those things can be done. So if you are serious on making sure that you can pass that new entrant audit after you open MC within 18 months, if you need to catch up on how to do proper hiring for your drivers, how to prepare for the audits, how to deal with data queues if you get violations and you have bad inspections. What type of inspections do we have? How to actually stay safe and compliant, and how to make sure that your safety rating is always in good condition, because brokers already giving you a hard time. We do not have enough of the freight volume in the USA. So negotiations are not easy for dispatchers, but when your safety and compliance as a carrier is higher than national standards, while you make it impossible. It doesn't matter how good dispatchers are, but if your safety is below the national percentage, well, it's going to be not easy to find those loads. So make sure you sign up. You still have few weeks. There is no preparation for IFTA class or safety class, so you can sign up. We're going to be closing registration for IFTA and probably Thursday night, and for safety 2 days prior that class. Well, hopefully I can answer. Okay, so the question is, let's see, let me switch here. Hi, how can I get the access to board to pick up load? Do I have to buy it? If so, then I must have my own company to buy it. Am I right? So the question is, right now, to have an access to the load board, DAT1 or truck stop, you can do it if you are carrier, if you have MC or DOT. DAT can give you access if you are dispatch service and you do have a real carrier. So if you have trucking company who is going to be using your service and they will validate that information with a DAT, then you can have your own load board access, and you guys can actually use our code and save 10% on the next 12 months. So there you go. Let me move this. We have our code, and this is 00020174775. Let's see if we have it right here, right? So you can save 10% off for 12 months. So every month, you guys gonna save 10%, but you need to be validated by the carrier to have that load board. And nowadays, the Pro is $180, and that's what I recommend, because all of these tools which you see right here on my screen, this is comes with the Pro subscription. And unfortunately, you need to make sure that you have the Pro subscription. If you want to have Truck Stop, then go ahead and have Truck Stop. Truck Stop does not give an option for dispatchers to have access, so only on behalf of the carrier. So your carrier will need to contact DAT1. They will validate their information, their MC is active, that they have insurance, BOC3 on file, that it's not just MC number, because a lot of people think, oh, I'm just gonna go pay $300. I'm gonna get MC and I'm not gonna activate it. Well, in this case, Truck Stop and DAT1 are not gonna give you load board, because your MC is just a number. It's not an active motor carrier number. And as a dispatcher who've been in business, or people who've been watching me, you know, to activate that MC, you need to do two steps. You need to make sure you have primary liability with minimum 750,000 on FMCSA website. You need to file it, and also BOC3, blanket of coverage. When those two steps are done, within 21 days, UMC finally going to be active. And this is a situation on the market. What else? We have somebody else is watching. Well, good night and hello, 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 hello. Well, seems like we don't really have questions. I don't see any questions coming in. So we will be probably done for today. One more time. IFTA is next Sunday. Make sure you sign up. Make sure that you learn how to do it, because that's something that Pro Dispatchers offering as extra service. If you do own your own company, it's time for you to learn. Even if you paying someone, please make sure you understand that they are doing a good job and you have all the paperwork. Safety and compliance, we covering a lots and lots of topics, because safety and compliance is very complex in trucking industry. We have lots of rules and regulations, and we will be covering a lot. So if you look at some of the topics that we will be covering, well, Look at this. Let me make this a little bit bigger. So we're gonna be talking about training requirements, right? Minimum CDL requirements for the driver. What trainings do you have to give to the drivers before they go on the road? We're also going to talk about drug and alcohol programs, something which we call clearing house. We're gonna be talking about hiring process, termination process. We're gonna be talking about all updates for our MC numbers, about DQ files, driver qualification files. We're going to talk about hours of service, ELD requirements, paperwork, what we need to have for audits. We're going to talk about inspections. We're going to talk about folders for the truck, folders that we need to have for the company, for the truck and trailer, inside of the truck. What are we keeping? Which paperwork driver has to sign up? So there is a lots and lots of rules and regulations. You guys have to make sure you understand how to go to your portal, how to read all the data, how to understand the basics, right? On the safer, how the safety for transportations company are calculated, and that's what we are covering in our classes. So let me just put, for example, I don't know, any any MC. I don't even just, I'm gonna click on just one. I don't know, all American fleet services. I'm just gonna click right here. So see, all of these numbers, you as a safety manager, as a person who owns trucking company, you need to understand where they coming from, right? You need to understand the difference on all of these different categories, right? One more time, let me make it a little bit bigger so you can see better. Okay, so we have unsafe driving, we have crash indicator, hours of service, vehicle maintenance, substance and controlled substance and alcohol use. Then we have hazmat materials compliance if you are hazmat carriers. Then we have also driver fitness. So this is a different categories, and you guys need to understand the inspections. What does it mean, all of these numbers? Is this a good safety or bad safety? All the inspections, all the violations, right? So let's see. Well, it seems like they don't really have violations. Oh, they have violations on what? On vehicle maintenance. So let's open one. What's going on? Well, you can see the history of the inspections. Let's open one. You can see when inspection started, when it's ended, what was wrong with the truck or trailer, right? For example, in this case, windshield wipers were defective. They were actually driving without annual inspection. That's something which was easily preventable if you know how to watch for your safety, how to actually look for your folder for the trucks, right? So some of those things are preventable if you have knowledge. Okay, what else going on? Thank you for the education. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Martinez, for always being nice and supporting our channels. Remember, guys, that every like, every comment is matters, because unfortunately, that the way that YouTube works, TikTok and all the social media, if we have likes, if we have comments, that's when they start actually sharing our content. So please, when you watch our videos, give us something back by just even commenting. If you like it or dislike it, just put the comment. Just make sure that you help us to change trucking for the better. Well, how much is the primary liability? Well, again, the least amount to activate MC is 750,000 that you need to put on file with FMCSA. The cost, it's gonna depend. Are you brand new MC? What kind of truck are you covering? So it's all depends. But nowadays, if you are brand new MC, I would say that primary liability is gonna cost you the lowest from 16,000 and it goes up to 36,000. I've seen people who were getting quoted 45,000. I don't know how you can survive. So on average right now it's about 18 to 25,000 per truck per year. So calculate that. And the least amount for the cargo coverage, well, for the cargo, nobody's gonna even talk to you if you do not have 100,000. So to activate MC, you don't have to have cargo insurance on file with federal government. You just need BOC3 and primary liability for 750. But brokers request 1 million, but cargo you need when you're gonna start booking the loads, and you need to have 100,000 at least to be able to book the load. Let's see this question. Is there a way we can have freight guard report removed? We booked the load and had to cancel it because of the genuine medical emergency. We offered broker medical and video proofs. They still actually kind of whatever ruin you. Yes, unfortunately, it is hard, but you can still freight guard. You can still contact the company if you have the rate confirmation, if you have the proof, and try to write and see if it can be removed. Of course, I would probably talk to somebody who is a manager or upper management in that brokerage, because if you were only talking to the pissed broker at that time, while he's the one who put the comment, probably he's not the one who is going to be willing to take it off. But if you talk to upper management and you have the proof and you gave them chance to recover the load and it was actually the truth, well, probably you will be able to remove. One more time. If you cancel that load and you make up that all BS and you found a better load, then, well, it's going to be hard to remove. So I don't really know the situation, but if you really had an emergency and you have a proof, usually it is something that you can remove. Okay. Thank you. Well, thank you, Nikki. And just starting to pick up my feet in dispatching. Well, then you are up for the treat, because if you subscribe to our channel, look at that. We have like 480 videos and we have lots and lots of topics which we discuss in all the time in great details. And I do share the real experience, the reality of the trucking. Maybe sometimes those videos are a little bit too long, but actually it's a free education. And if you want to succeed, you can start from some playlist and take topic after topic, make some notes, and sometimes you will need to rewatch them. Of course, we have a bunch of other YouTubers who've been doing a phenomenal job. So I suggest you not to only watch us, but watch other people, because everybody has a different perspective, different way of bringing the information. And sometimes some people like directness, some people like longer videos, some people just like the short videos. So you should find your favorite YouTubers, but don't stick just to one channel. Make sure that you follow the trucking industry, different niches, not just the dispatching, not just how to book the loads, but also look at the market, look at about the trucks, like how to buy the trucks, look what actually drivers are sharing, because as a pro dispatcher you need to connect all different dots. It's not just about load board, it's not just about terminology, it's about logical thinking, it's about negotiations, it's about knowing what's going on. For example, freight guard, carrier 411, what is a carrier assurance, how do we get set up. So all those big names and third party services, what is factoring, right? What is the theft, what is a fuel card, what is the accessorial charges. We have all of other services which actually make money off that trucking. But hopefully we can survive this, and our truck drivers are gonna keep driving and hopefully stay profitable. And Keep going. America cannot survive without trucking. One more time, if you are new to us, make sure that you follow us. All our classes you can find on our website, and you can go to our home tab and see what's going on. And here we are. You can see our training, our services, our partnerships. If you're looking for factoring, of course, I can help you because I have been working with RTS for a long time and they're doing a great job. So I'm an agent for the RTS. We have a bunch of things coming up: trucking, safety, compliance. And if you're not sure, please go ahead and read our reviews, right? It's gonna take you to our Facebook. You can also follow us on the Facebook. See, it shows that we are live right now. We have 5 stars. Look at us. I'm so proud. We have 5-star rating. And we are almost, look at this, 145 reviews. It's not that easy to get reviews from students, but 145 students actually gave us 5 stars. And if you read, you can see that those are honest reviews. We do not we ask for them as appreciation back, but you can see that people come with different background and actually they are learning and they are succeeding. What else we have here? Well, Miss Martinez tells, I've been very happy as a subscriber on your other channel. You always deliver with a wealth of information. Thank you so much. Also, guys, if you do want to support our mission for free education, because we do give free classes all the time, you can become our member on our channel for only $3.99. And believe it or not, it feels very good when we changing lives, because we have a lot of single moms. We have people who come from different countries and start their new life in the USA. So we've been actually helping lots and lots of students. Oh, here's this. Hi, Alex. It's been a while. I'm about to get my CDL. Wow, congratulations. Wow, we have another CDL person coming on board and hopefully changing trucking for the better. Thank you so much. Thank you for support. Well, my dear students, I'll see you tomorrow, sending the Zoom link after the live. Most of you I probably gonna see on Monday and Wednesday, because we're gonna keep on schedule our lives and we are doing few things with our YouTube. You probably have been seeing our new thumbnails and everything else. So hopefully you like them. But again, help us to grow. Please make sure that you subscribe if you want to be on our list on learndispatchtoday.com. But always please like, share, comment, and we'll see you soon. I love you guys. Stay safe on the road and make sure that you understand knowledge is the key to success. Positive attitude is a key to live long and happy life. So positivity, education, and good heart. That's what you need to be that pro dispatcher and a good human. And I'm here always with you. Look at my beautiful tulips. I've been bragging about them. Those are tulips from my garden. So make sure that you also save the planet and make this planet beautiful. Extra flowers, extra tree, extra feed for the birds is helping all of us. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.